Hello class 10. In our last class, we discussed how to invoke or how to call a method. So, what is a static method? What is non-static method? In today's class, we are going to discuss about formal parameters and actual parameters. What are the formal parameters? The parameters described in the method header which receives the value from its caller method are called formal parameters. Look at this program. Import class java.util.scanner, public class sum1, public static int add int m and int n. So here this is the function's header. This is the function's header. Public static int add int m int n. So here m and n are the formal parameters. This both the parameter m and n are formal parameters. So what is the definition? The parameters described in the method header which receive the values from its caller method are called formal parameters. It receives the value from where? From its caller. So see, this add is the called method and the main is the caller method. Add is the called method and main is the caller method. In this we are inputting a, b, system out println enter two numbers. Both are static type, so no need to create the object. See, add also is static type, main also is the static type, so no need to create the objects. So we have input value of a, we have input value of b. P equal to add a comma b. So we are calling add method here. In the method main, we are calling the add method and passing the values of a and b to m and n after inputting. So this a and b are called the actual parameters because actually they have got the value and these values are passed to formal parameters m and n. So what are the actual parameters? The values actually passed to the method at the time of its call. So see, at the time of its call. So here is time p equal to add a comma b. So here function is called. So the values actually passed to the method at the time of its call from the main function. This is the main function, are known as actual parameters. So just now you have learned what are the formal parameters, what are the actual parameters. Question may be asked, define formal parameters, give example, define actual parameters, give example, and what are the differences between the formal parameters and actual parameters. So in one line we can understand like this, the parameters which are described under the function's header line, that is called the formal parameters because they do not have the actual value. And function and the parameters which are passed, the values which are passed during the function call statement, that is called the actual parameter. Okay, now next topic is different ways of defining a function. What are the different ways of defining a function? There are three. Today we'll discuss only the first one. Next two we'll discuss next day. So what is first one? Receiving value and returning outcome to the caller. Means it receives the value also and returns the outcome also, result also to the caller method. Okay, it is also called parameterized method. So what is the first way? Receiving value and returning outcome to the caller, parameterized method. Suppose public class factorial 1. What is the class name? Factorial 1. We are going to calculate the factorial of a number. So factorial 1. Public int fact int a. So see, this is non-static method. Static is not there. And what is the parameter? Int a. So int a is which parameter? Formal or actual? It is a formal parameter. A is the formal parameter. Int I, index variable, fact equal to 1. Fact is initialized by 1 to find the factorial of a. We are going to find out the factorial of a. For I equal to 1, I less than equal to a, I plus plus. Fact equal to fact into I. Suppose value of a is 5 and fact value is 1. To 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, which comes 120. So this will find out the factorial of 5. Return fact. Return fact. So this will return the value to the caller method. Now next method is public static void main. It is static type. So since it is static type, so we have to create the object, because fact is non-static and main is a static type. We have to create the object. In our last class, I have taught you how to create the object. We use the class name. Class name is factorial 1. So factorial 1, object name OB, new factorial 1. So object is created. Now we are going to call this function fact 2 times. First time by passing value of n1, that is 5. Second time by passing the value of n2, that is 10. So first time, int p equal to ob.fact n1. The n1 value is 5. This 5 is passed to a. Int a. The 5 is passed to a, and add function is called, and it will calculate the factorial of 5, that is 1 into 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, and this factorial product will be returned back to p. It is received by p and prints factorial of 5 is, the factorial is printed. Once again the same function is called, but this time what is the value passed? N2. The N2 value is 10. Int q equal to ob.fact 10. So 10 is passed to a. This time it is going to calculate the factorial of 10. 1 into 1 into 2 into 3 till 10. And whatever the product of factorial comes, that is returned back to q. It is stored in q. And system out println factorial of 10 is printed. Alright. So this was receiving different way of defining a function. It is receiving value. See, a is receiving value and it is returning the outcome to p and q, where this a is the formal parameter and n1 and n2 are the actual parameter. Now let us see this program and execute it. Open browser. Program is already typed. Open. Same program. Nothing to do. Exactly same program, just compile. No syntax error. Close. Right click. Void main. OK. And just see. Factorial of 5 is 120 and factorial of 10 is 3628800. So both the factorials are printed. And if you want to see the method, right click. Click on the new factorial. Click on the OK. Right click. Our method is fact. Click. It is asking to give the value. How many value? One value. Suppose 8. So it will find the factorial of 8. Okay. See, factorial of 8 is 40,320. Close. Once again, right click. Void main. OK. And factorial is printed. So what was this? This was receiving value and returning outcome to the caller. There are two more different ways to defining a function, which we will discuss in our next class. So practice these programs and learn the definition of actual parameter